Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from. But before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. If you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, the loyalty crown badges, you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help, so thank you guys so much. And for today's video, with the half anniversary still ongoing, the selector for the login event for the partner is finally out if you've been keeping up every day. So I wanted to make this video just in time for the partner selector to be out, because I know a lot of people are waiting for it to come out so they can both choose the combatant and the partner and make a choice. And I want to give my ideas on how you should be going about it, and also my personal picks for the selector. But before we get started, I want to give a massive shout out to Smilegate for making this a paid promotion video. Without your guys' constant support, I wouldn't be getting opportunities like this, so I just want to say thank you guys so much. That being said, all of my opinions are going to be of my own. They can't make me say anything that I don't want to. But with all that being said, let's get started. Timestamps wherever you want to go down below. The mentality that you should be going into this first is making sure that first things first, for the combatant rescue, you've done all 70 free rescues and see what you got to prevent yourself from trying to get a dupe of someone by accident. And then not only this, but hopefully you've already done your reroll banner. And if you haven't done it yet, my personal recommendation, I feel like DPS is one thing, but supports are always going to be flexible and very useful no matter the build. And I think Veronica or Orlia are going to be your top recommendations when it comes to the combatant rescue banner. Now that's just my opinion, depending on what you want to go for. Always go for the waifu, obviously that's going to be your biggest priority there. But the reason why you should be doing these 70 rescues and then doing the reroll banner is because the selector itself does include characters from launch, but I feel like that would be a disservice because you're going to be always able to pull from the standard, right? And you're going to be able to get them. And if you've already gotten some of them, I feel like that's the way to go. But this goes all the way to Season 2. So we can finish and get some units like Nine, Typhara, Rita that are fantastic. And I feel like that opens the door to even more powerful builds and some fun decks that you can make without getting some launch units. Now, if there is a launch unit you really want, then absolutely go for it. Like I said, this is something that before we even talk about builds or playstyles, you always go for the character that you want to regardless. And I think that's one important thing, is that the waifu aspect or the husbando aspect, depending on the few characters that we have, that's really important. So let's say if we're looking at the wallpapers, right, and you're trying to debate on who you want to go for the wallpaper at least, or let's say the waifu husbando aspect, we're going to start from here because Serenial is limited. You cannot get her, even though it's my favorite wallpaper. Heidi Marie is obviously limited, but she's also a banner right now. And then it goes all the way up to Diana, and Diana was a preseason, so you can't get her. Rita is going to be one of the last characters from the selector, and you can get her. She looks fantastic. Very powerful unit. Can be a great support, DPS, or even just a full-on DPS. Typhara, although, you know, great looking feet, good looking thighs, a little bit smaller, she is a powerful support and AP engine. She's fantastic. Nine with probably my second favorite wallpaper. Not only am I biased to the white hair, but great under booba, sweat, armpit, and she's an amazing DPS. And might be the top pick for that selector, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have Nadja with my third favorite, I'm not gonna lie. I love the wedding dress Nadja, looks fantastic, really cute, love the monster girl. And she's grew on me a lot more. She could be a DPS, a sub DPS, or full-on support, depending on how you want to build her. That flexibility is something that you're gonna be hearing me talk about a little bit. Then we have Chizuru right here. Chizuru looks fantastic, great looking unit, and I do love how she looks. Yuki, my favorite Chun-Li looking girl, got shafted by the kit, always getting fixed, and is never going to be good enough. But she is my personal favorite character in my heart. Just a shame with how they did her kit. Haru is a foodie. I love her. Fantastic unit. Probably the first unit that we had before the season launched with Season 1. Then we have Veronica, but she is, you know, a part of the launch characters. Same thing with Mei Lin over here. Orlia as well. Now, this is one of the newer wallpapers, but this is actually for one of our 4-stars, so you don't need to worry about it. Beryl is also another 4-star. Same thing with Ray. Same thing with Mika. Kalip is another launch unit that we've had, but I love her so much. Amir as well is another 4-star. Same thing with Maribel. Rin is a launch unit as well. Great looking unit though. Same thing with Magna. Love those cheeks, dude. Let me tell you. My boy Cassius, another 4-star. Tressa, even though, you know, they might have done her a little bit dirty, but still a nice little wallpaper right there. Do not have Selena's bunny. It's a shame. I need to get that affinity up. It's true. But it is a 4-star though. And then obviously Renoa, I do not have her invested at all. I'm sorry. I know she's literally the staple unit. Don't have her invested. Neither for Kayron or Lucas, but Lucas is a 4-star. Hugo, my boy, do not have you invested. I'm sorry. And I know he's amazing. He's powerful. I just don't have him invested. I'm sorry. I know that's a crime. Same thing with my boy Luke. I'm sorry. But look at him with that kid, bro. He's real sweet. He's a real sweetheart. But those are the wallpapers, right? So depending on what you want, waifu, husbando-wise, whatever you're going for, maybe that interests you. But not everybody cares about that, and they want to know what should be the top picks. Now, in my opinion, your top pick for a DPS from the selector, in my opinion, is going to be 9. Now, obviously, I said I was a little bit biased because of how she looks. Not only does she look fantastic, great booba, great looking waifu, but she is one of the best units in the game and great for the chaos, great for Basin of Hyperspace. She's very flexible. And the reason for that is because of the nature of her hue card. Now, this hue card, what this does is that you're going to be able to play this card constantly, and it levels up after it gets used. So it goes from normal to level 1, 2, and 3. Then it goes back to the original state, and it kind of reverts that leveling system. But when you epiphany it, here's the thing. There's different playstyles. You can have her be a tank, have so much shield that she constantly uses with this card. She can be doing a lot of boss damage, and I mean like goes to 1200% defense-based damage. That's huge. She can do a lot of damage to bosses. Or you can go with this flash build that has a retain ignition aspect if you want to save on AP. Massacre if you want AoE, which is important because Yuki tries to be a good AoE character, and unfortunately 9 outdoes her by a lot. So this is basically what Yuki wants to be, and she's fantastic, and it's amazing. So she's that flexible with what you want to do. If you want her to be single target, if you want to be enemy, if you want to be tanky, she can do a lot. And although it looks like a lot of AP cost, the reason why she does a lot is because of this Fighting Spirit card, because it activates the one highest attack card of this unit in hand, which specifically most of the time would be Hue, depending on how you build her. So you can just constantly, with save data, just build out Fighting Spirit, and boom, you could just keep playing it and be good to go. But let's say you already have 9. Let's say you got lucky. Who else should you go for? Now, this is going to be an asterisk because it depends on what kind of player you are. If you like a complicated kit, but you love an amazing support depending on the outcome, you might love Typhara. Typhara can be a phenomenal character, albeit she is a bit finicky, especially when you start a Chaos run. And the reason why I'm saying that is because due to the nature of her kit, she's going to start out with Quantum Seed, but her Quantum Seed is going to be just pure RNG. She's going to create 2 archetype cards, and it's going to be these circle, triangle, square cards. And they all do different things. And to account for this RNG, you have to pick an epiphany. Now, you can go from getting more RNG random cards, but you get more of them, so you kind of embrace that RNG chaos. Or you can try to lock it in, select one of those cards, and create them in your hand. You know, there's a gambling aspect to her as well. You can get some with the retain aspect. When AP is 0, you create 1 archetype card as well, and it's a unique. It really depends on what you're playing, honestly. But most of the time, I've seen people really build out either more RNG or selecting 1, and then building from there this whole kit. And it can make her fantastic because not only can she build a lot of attack for your allies, she can build a lot of shield, heal a lot, and also build so much AP for your team. And for a lot of hungry AP DPS characters, it's so useful. And let's say you're using someone like 9, who you already have, and you want to get Typhara because one of her archetypes help increase the damage amount to the next attack card used. You can make those heavy hitters. So she can be very fantastic and very flexible. You can try to build her as an attack as well, depending on some epiphanies for other cards. But I personally think that she is a strong support overall. Now, let's say that you want a more hybrid sub-DPS healer as well. Your next best bet and my next recommendation is going to be NatStarAP. And the reason why is because NatStarAP not only can be an amazing healer, she can help with the cost of cards, but she can do a lot of damage depending on how you want to take her deck. And it's very flexible, and I like different builds. I like that aspect. For instance, let's look at her Bottomless Hunger. Default, the next 2 times Veracity is activated, decrease the cost of 1 random card in hand by 1 for 1 turn. Or when you Epiphany, the second Epiphany here, you decrease the cost of 2 random cards in hand by 1 for 1 turn. So you can make her a great support for your team, help the cost of cards, keep that deck rotating going longer, or for 1 turn plus 100% defense-based damage. This can go along with 9 as well. But the reason why it's specifically defense-based damage is because if you go look at her card Shackles of Hunger, it deals defense-based damage. So you can help her deal more damage. And depending on how you want to go about this, you can make her deal a lot more hits. My personal favorite is a very basic card, but very effective. 36% defense-based damage times 4 hits and gives you 6 Veracity. It's amazing. I love this a lot, deals a lot of damage, and you get health back as well. It's great, and you can really go all out with this. Not to mention, one of the other cards that she has is this Domain of Veracity. You can build it 2 ways again. You can have her deal 100% more defense-based damage taken by the target for 2 turns, which is fantastic, or for the next 5 hits against the target, heal 40%. So you get amazing healing, or you deal a lot of amazing damage depending on how you want to take her. And I think for that flexibility, I almost want to give this over Typhara, but I do want to give Typhara her flowers because what she does is amazing and does it well. You just have to understand how she works and play her correctly. While NatStarAP is a bit more easy to use, like right out hand, you know what I mean? And she's very flexible on what you want to do. And I definitely think that she might be the one to go with in terms of a support / DPS because you get the best of both worlds and you can make multiple kits. It's not like you have to go one way or the other. You can make multiple save data and do what you want. But those are my personal top 3 picks on what you should go about. But really quick, before we end it off, I do want to talk about the partners because I feel like when we're talking about the partners, because of some recent buffs to partners, the best in-slot partners are going to be the rate up partners for them. For instance, let's say with NatStarAP, her partner is going to be Gaia, definitely her best in-slot. For 9 is going to be Alsea. And then for Typhara, it's going to be her sister Tiana. Now, if there are some other characters that you want to go for because you want to go for the waifu aspect, I completely understand. Go for it. Do what you want. Let's say you like Kakarot, you like Rita. So you're going to go for her. You're going to go for Ivy. She is fantastic and is very powerful, and I love her playstyle. It's just, you know, my personal recommendations for easy, more flexible, and what you can really build out for the rest of the game to make it easier for you. Those are just my personal choices. Make sure you use a good source to figure out where the partners are. Use Pridewind or something. They have a great Chaos Zero Nightmare, even though I don't like their Nikes. Their CZN one is actually pretty good. But that is my personal recommendations, my thoughts. Let me know what you actually picked from the selector if you already picked. Let me know how you're enjoying this event. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I do enjoy Swordy. Let me know what your thoughts are, but that is going to be it from me. Thank you guys so much for the constant support that you always give me on these videos. That is going to be it from me, so I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from, and as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care, and have a good one.